She used a homeowner's driveway to reverse out of the driveway, never thinking the homeowner would put a gun to her head.
What are you doing over here?
Get out of my fucking driveway.
What?
You come over there and put the gun on my goddamn head.
I didn't come over there and put a gun in your head. You came onto my property.
Call the cops.
You call the cops. Call them right now.
However, when the guy called the police to give notice, he lied through his teeth and made up a totally false story.
There's people coming and going in that house all hours of the night, every night. Different cars and so on.
Sir, I understand. I need to know what happened.
A woman started her car, and in order to back out, she drove into her neighbor's driveway. However, she never imagined that it would turn into a scandal of enormous proportions because of the man's anger.
After hitting the rear window of the car, Vetsch begins yelling at the driver. Moments later, a woman from inside his neighbor's house runs outside. That's when Vetsch begins yelling profanities.
My driveway.
Excuse me. No, let me tell you something, motherfucker. You come up in the car and I'll you up.
I got you on my camera.
For what?
Driving in my driveway. Stay out.
However, after her friend quickly came to her defense, the situation began to get out of control, and the exalted neighbor could find nothing better than to point a gun at her.
Call the cops now.
The woman follows Vetsch but never steps on his driveway. Still, Vetsch demands she leave.
What are you doing over here?
Get out of my fucking driveway.
What?
You come over there and put the gun on my goddamn head.
I didn't come over there and put a gun in your head. You came onto my property.
Call the cops.
You call the cops. Call them right now.
There's two.
Call it right now.
What's right there?
He's driving my gun. You got war.
He did.
Stay out of my car. Driveway.
He's at his own house. So how you
Stay out of my driveway. Get the house. Oh my God.
I got a video too. I don't care. He put a gun in my head.
After the absurd altercation between neighbors, the man decided to call the police to back himself up.
This woman came at me in my driveway, threatening me.
Okay, do you know who she is?
I don't know who she is. The neighbor across the street is Jason Rowe. He's pending a drug charge right now for trafficking fentanyl. They've been doing drugs. The woman came at me.
Okay, are you back in your house and where's the gun?
I'm on my doorstep right now.
Okay, can you go inside, close the door?
I certainly can.
Okay, so where's the gun at now?
It's in my possession, in my property. She came at me. She's back across the street. She was standing in my driveway, telling me to make her leave, and she's coming at me, threatening me. Her husband or somebody else is in this car. They're driving into my driveway. They've been warned about it before, and there's like 8 of them that live in this house, and they're all like deranged.
However, he was not the only one who contacted the authorities. After witnessing everything that had happened, the witness did not hesitate to notify the police.
Pulled up, my neighbor's got a gun to my guest's head, I guess, and then he goes back inside and calls y'all. But I just pulled up to my house and the dude had a gun pointed at the lady. Come over to see my wife, to see my girlfriend. And my girlfriend's right here. I just pulled up and he had a gun out here, just waving it around, I guess. Didn't know what driveway was mine, that way or this way. It was right next to each other, and they pulled in his, and he came out the house with a gun and pointed right at her head. Yeah, he's back in his house over there, and he said he's going to call the police. But I pulled up and seen what's going on in my house. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And they're old. She's a little old lady, and she got a gun to her head, man. I mean, it's crazy. I have a lot of problems, and he calls the police on me every single day for parking in the road or parking here, parking there. Music too loud. Now he's still out here pointing guns at people. it's getting a little ridiculous.
However, when the officers arrived at the scene, he not only tried to justify himself in front of them, but also told them an implausible version of events.
Can you tell me what happened from your point of view, and then
I have my Nest display on my computer, above my computer, and I'm watching this. I'm pulling in the driveway.
Then which car was it again?
This white car right here.
Was it the newer or older?
This newer.
Okay.
So I went over and I was going to tell them, stay the hell out of my driveway. They've been told this before. I didn't realize it was a different car because white Ford Edge, the white Ford Edge, I didn't realize it was a different guy is still sitting in the car. Mm-hmm. I slapped the back of it because I didn't want to come up on the guy because, like I said, Jason realized that he's pending charges for trafficking fentanyl right now from back in November.
Okay.
There's people coming and going in that house all hours of the night, every night, different cars and so on.
Sure, I understand. I need to know what happened.
So I hollered at the guy. I said, "Stay the hell off my property."
Was he still on?
He was in the vehicle right there, right where it is right now. Okay.
Okay.
And then she came out of the house, coming at me all the way, and I backed into my driveway. And she's coming clear across into my yard, into my face, and in a threatening manner. And I'm like, I'm not going to deal with this. I don't come out here. I've got a revolver, and it's sitting in there. It's unloaded right now. And I'm like, I put it in my pocket before I walked out, and then when she came up into my face, I pulled it out.
However, the lies were of no use, as the annoying neighbor already had a very bad record preceding him.
The victims had backed apparently into this guy's driveway. He was not happy about it.
Flagler County Sheriff's investigators say Terry Vetsch was so unhappy that a vehicle briefly backed into his driveway in the W section of Palm Coast. He charged out of his house to confront the driver, who was now across the street.
We've seen many, many times where the anger gets a hold of somebody and they lose control about what they're supposed to do. The unfortunate thing is sometimes that ends in death.
Investigators say the driver's passenger, who was knocking at a friend's door, heard the commotion and came back, which is where things escalated.
Finally, following the incident, the gunman was arrested and jailed and was held on $50,000 bail.